Hello and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Today I want to talk about tape. I mean, let's face it, you can get duct tape, you can get double-sided tape, you can get fiberglass reinforced tape, you can get double-sided tape, you can get insulation tape as well, which you put around electrical joints so that there's no chance of short circuits occurring. But this is a liquid tape, and as the name suggests, it's a liquid. Here, let me open the top and try and show you by reaching around the camera. If you look in there, there's a brush and there is some gooey stuff. Looks yuck, doesn't it? It smells nice though. Lots of horrible carcinogenic solvents, which are really good. Mix that with a bit of leaded solder and you're really on a trip. But why would you use this, and what do you use it for in the hobby? Well, I'll show you. Well, here's the first example. Quite often when I'm wiring up speed controllers on these little mini quads where the arms are quite short, I actually wire the motor leads directly to the circuit board, which is the ESC. As you can see, I just run the wires from the motor straight in. No bullets, they're a waste of time, extra weight, and another source of potential unreliability. So I just peel back the heat shrink from the edge and solder the motor wires directly onto the ESC. But of course, it leaves this open for the ingress of water and all sorts of things. So what do? Well, this is where your liquid tape comes in. On the other side of this one, I have already liquid taped over where the wires come out, and as you can see, it's produced quite a nice sort of, it's like a silicon rubbery seal. As it evaporates, it leaves behind silicon. I give it 2 coats. This has only had 1 coat, so there's a little hole there. That sort of covering there just provides some protection against the ingress of water, and that's really important. It also means that if something falls across here, it's not going to short out those exposed contacts. Some people even coat their flight controllers with liquid tape to stop water affecting them. The back of the cameras, you can cover just about anything with this stuff. How easy is it to use? Well, I'm going to show you. You just follow the instructions. You open the can, get a good brush full of this stuff, and then you just sort of run it over the area you want to coat, like I'm doing here on this ESC. Try and get a fair whack of it on. You can't really put too much on, I don't think. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've covered the exposed contacts. Let me zoom in on that for a moment. As you can see, there's a good old dollop of that liquid tape on there, and as it dries, of course, it thins down a bit, so you need to put, as I said, you need 2 coats to really make it work well, but it's just brilliant stuff. And this is the stuff I bought, got it from my local electrical wholesaler. It cost me here in New Zealand, it cost me about 20 bucks for that tin, which isn't much, but it's going to go a long way. 4 fluid ounces, 118 millilitres, and I also use it for other things. I'll try and hold this steady. If you look in there, you can see the little plug that plugs into the back of the camera. Now, quite often the wires on these plugs are really stiff and horrible, and they can fall out of they get stressed around the part where they go into the plug. So what I've done is I've just daubed on a few globs of that liquid tape, and it provides some support to the wires so they're less likely to break at the point where they come out of the connector. But really, anywhere you would normally use tape, you can use liquid tape, and it sometimes does a whole lot better job. So if you don't have any, go and get some. You'll find a use for it. It really is quite clever stuff.